Malitor builds.
Today I'm going to show you how to build yet another spiral staircase. I call this the near perfect spiral staircase because it has really clean lines and very little artifacting. I was inspired while watching a bunch of other great tutorials on spiral staircases, and I figured there was something I could add. Why is my staircase different? I have yet to see anyone employ some of the techniques that I featured in my other videos when building a spiral staircase. So here's my contribution. First, you will see me build the area that I want to house the staircase. You can build this in another structure or standalone. It is much easier to build it standalone, but I wanted to show you the hardest of the two. If you're going to add it to a structure, you need to make sure that the structure is built how you want it before building the staircase. Here I will demonstrate how to add it to a tower. It is very important that you make the walls 3 voxels thick, as this gives you room to eliminate any accidental jaggies created by copying and pasting. Hopefully by now, you can create cylindrical objects on your own. However, I've included this step in the video so that you can see how I completed the process. Notice here, I'm using the single voxel wedge from my other videos to smooth out the bottom of the tower. I completed 1/4 of the floor, and so I copied it to the other 3 corners. Unfortunately, there was a little artifacting from the paste procedure, but I just used a single voxel wedge again to fix the problem. Alright, now that my tower is built, I can start on the staircase. You see me create reference marks in the middle of the floor, effectively splitting the floor into 4 sections. These marks will be important for alignment when pasting sections of the staircase later. You see here, I'm building the first eighth of the stairway. This will be the basis for the whole staircase. The important parts of this build are attaching it to the wall and using the single voxel wedge to create 45-degree edges. Using the technique I've shown in other videos, create our 45-degree wedge by using the single voxel line tool on the proper angle. Once you have the wedge, start pasting it to the proper locations as you see here. Voila! A beautiful looking start to our spiral staircase. Look how straight and clean that is. Okay, let's add the center pillar, which is only going to be 1 voxel. Now I'm selecting everything except the front voxel of the shape we just created. I'm cutting it with the Ctrl X, and when you paste it back in, put it in the same place, but raise it up 1 voxel on the Y axis, the green one. Anyway, using the single voxel wedge, correct any jaggies created from the paste action. This is the basis of the staircase. Okay, now select everything that's been created thus far, paste it back in with Ctrl V, and rotate it once on the Y axis, which is the green one, and then mirror it on the Z axis, the blue one. And finally, mirror it once more on the Y axis, which is the green. Align the center post where it sits exactly on top of the existing center post. Click to set it in place. Now clean up any jaggies or missing voxels by using the wedge tool as you see here. Sometimes the wedge isn't enough to get the look that you want, especially for areas that have been smoothed already. This is easy to correct by selecting the area that you want to fix, then moving the selection up the wall and copying a smooth area of the wall. This works best when you select small areas, but you still want it to be bigger than 1 voxel. Paste it in and move it into the appropriate place. This may take some experimenting and getting used to in order to get it correct. Okay, here. There's a slight voxel deformation which is easy to fix and makes the staircase look really cool. Delete the wedge voxel, then use the line tool combined with the add tool to correct the straight edge as shown. Well, make sure to use the right texture. Correct any jaggies by selecting an existing one voxel wedge and paste it appropriately. Now there's one small gap to fix. Simply add a single voxel in the hole with the add tool. It's not perfect, but I did say near perfect. The rest is relatively easy. Select the entire structure we just created, copy it, and then paste it back in, rotating clockwise once on the y-axis, green, and then aligning the center post as you did previously. I used the reference marks on the floor to also help me align it. My motto for everything that I want to learn is practice, practice, practice. Keep at it, and you'll get the hang of it. Now I'm just checking the outside to make sure that there weren't any deformations, which there isn't thanks to making the walls 3 voxels thick. They can probably be done with 2 or 1 voxel thick walls, but it would be a lot harder to make it near perfect. And that's pretty much the purpose of this demonstration. I was about to do the next step, but then I realized my tower wasn't high enough, so I took the steps here to make it taller. Now select the whole stair structure once again and copy it. Paste it back in, rotate it 180 degrees on the y-axis, green. Carefully use the alignment marks on the floor and align the center post. Click to set it in place. The next steps are completely optional. I just did this playing around because I wanted to create the entrance to the tower, but I didn't like how the bottom of the staircase looked when coming through the door. I decided to use the single voxel wedge to create a wall. Unfortunately, when I got to the top, it messed with my stairs, so you'll see me try a couple things. I had to bring the wedge voxels out another voxel, like so. Then added single voxels with the add tool, and it created an interesting design. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to create a near-perfect spiral staircase. This has been Malitor Builds. As always, like, subscribe, and favorite if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.